Okay, let's do it. Hi, Rob.
Hello.
How are you today?
Fantastic. Welcome to Please Touch Community Garden.
Thank you.
This is a project started a little over 2 years ago in conjunction with Lighthouse for the Blind, which is right behind you there, the other side of the alley. And this was a pretty neglected space in San Francisco, directly across from City Hall, but this was a place that had been abandoned, was generally a lot of unsavory activity, a lot of needles on the ground, so this is a real opportunity to activate this marginalized space. And GK Callahan, who was an artist who was doing some work at the Lighthouse for the Blind at the time, had a vision for an arts garden where the visually impaired community and the community at large could freely and safely interact, and we started the project. So let me take you on a tour.
Well, thanks.
Come on in. This is a box that was actually sort of the first volunteer day, was getting this box planted. It's mostly native plants. You can see this huge passion flower that has really transformed what was a very foreboding drab chain link fence into a living, beautiful, welcoming entryway to the project. And then what you'll see here, accessibility was a primary design parameter for the space. We had the generous support of a landscape architect who actually scoped out the various grades we would need to keep this in the spirit of ADA compliance. These paving stones are actually all permeable paving stones, and they were donated by the company that produces them. And they were laid pretty much entirely by hand. So using sort of an old ancient Egyptian technique of sort of flattening out. No, but by hand, without any mechanical, without any assistance. There were actually 3 types of gravel, or 3 diameters of gravel that were necessary to lay underneath here, and that all was gifted by Recology, who actually created the gravel to our specs from debris from construction projects. So if you come on down here, we're
Very cool.
we basically want this to be a demonstration of a few different strategies for growing things and greening urban space. This to our left is designed to be completely irrigated. So got a lot of natives from pineapple sage to mugwort. So this is sort of, we let some things go and sort of are letting it sort of transform from a very barren space to something more alive by just planting a couple keystone species and then letting it go from there. We also took the opportunity to have some things like lemon verbena and rosemary that don't really need a whole lot of attention. So we're getting a little food out of that as well. Over here to the left, we've got 3 different cultivars of apple tree. We have Fuji, Pink Lady, and Beverly Hills. They've all 3 have set nice fruit this year. The idea is each of these areas can be a demonstration of what you can do in sort of a 5x5 space in San Francisco.
Okay.
So here we've got ground cover like chocolate mint that's in place, that's having sort of a battle royale with this other more opportunistic thing that I call sticky weed. But you see it's interspersed with other food plants like chard, beet plants, cabbage, kale. So as well as some some fun stuff like this is a sage plant that's about to bloom. We've got some calendula in there. So it's just sort of having fun and using it as a demo space. We are also exploring some vertical growing solutions. This was actually done by an artist named Aurora, who this is a project with some clients from Lighthouse for the Blind, where they actually made those modular habit tiles from styrofoam that was pulled out of the waste stream. We've got active beehive here. The honey is delicious. So that was placed up there where it's the bees have nice morning sun, but it's out of the way, so nobody's going to run into it by accident. We've had this space has been really great as a gathering space. We've taught classes here. This was a recent addition. The issue with a lot of raised beds are that wheelchair users have to pull up alongside and sort of go off to the side. This was specifically created out of a discarded pallet as a little grow table where someone in a wheelchair could pull right up to it and really more comfortably work. So again, sort of exploring the accessibility there. You know, I've got everything from potato towers, there's a lot of art elements. This is, after all, sort of an intersection of where art meets life. This was a gift from the Santa Clara Valley Blind Center, who are good friends who've come up to visit a few times, and they created that as an element to add to the space. Again, raised beds is another sort of demonstration. We've got then more of the berm and swale, sort of more of the urban farm design that's happening, and basically the key to what we're doing here is building an ecosystem, both one plant ecosystem, a animal ecosystem, and a human ecosystem, where they can all sort of intersect and see what happens. So one of the ways we're really measuring success is by the number of bird species that are around. When we were first here, it was pretty much 100% rock doves with the occasional crow, but we've got some resident house finches now, Anna's hummingbirds that come and visit us on a daily basis. Saw a yellow-crowned sparrow the other day. So we're getting some fun diversity that way as well. And as you see, we're have within 10 feet of here, we probably have 20 or 25 different plant species planted. So we're having fun, and there's a lot of space for people to come and create their own projects, whether it's their own mural. See over here, we're doing sort of a greenhouse of sorts out of reclaimed material. That we're now working on what we want to do for the roof, and the thought right now is we're going to try to work within the design parameters of 1 inch of soil and 0 maintenance, because I think that's nice. A lot of the existing roofs in San Francisco aren't load bearing, so but there's still a lot to be gained from greening those roofs. Okay. So we're going to try to use this as a demonstration of what we can do with minimal load and not having to concern ourselves with artificial irrigation. This has also been a really important demonstration of collaboration between urban agriculture projects. I came to this project a couple years ago after I'd been working intensely with Hayes Valley Farm for a year, and having that project as a sort of helpful headwaters for this project has been very instructive. And now as that project's winding down, some of the resources like these stone fruit trees, which were just brought over here, are now coming to this site. It's very important as a source of starts and other plants to have that site only, I say within wheelbarrow range. Basically, when we were fortifying the soil, I would be the guy with the wheelbarrow full of manure from there cruising through past the shishi shops in Hayes Valley. So again, it's that intersection of all kinds of activities in this urban space, and it's one of the things that really attracted me to it. It's definitely urban. We've got buildings on either side. First thing a lot of people say is, "Oh my goodness, you don't get much sunlight here." I'm like, well, yeah, maybe not, but you're still able to grow. I don't know, like that's enough shard to last me for a couple weeks. So, so it's a demonstration of what can be done and what's possible, as much as anything else. Let's continue back on up. Again, the analogy I use a lot, we just recently partnered with Intersection for the Arts. They're our fiscal sponsor for the project now. And I make the analogy that what we've done is created a stage, and we're inviting other theater groups to basically come in and put on their show. So whether it's creating a water feature, whether it's exploring a accessibility solution like this, whether it's painting a mural, it's sort of an open invitation for folks to experiment and to find fun solutions in this urban space that we're transforming. It's an ongoing process. And then I'd like to sort of end on the human element that was at work here. This, for years and years and years, was a neglected space. There was no real public access to it. A lot of people would hop the fence and engage in unsavory activity. I think we picked up about 2,000 hypodermic needles when we did the initial cleanup of the site. And one of the first things we did was we painted the walls white because we needed to maximize the sunlight that was here.
Right.
And a lot of people were like, "Oh, that's just going to be covered with graffiti in a day." And as we brought different things onto the site and improved it, there would always be that sort of drone in the background of, "Oh, well, somebody's just going to come along and destroy that." And we've had the occasional hose taken here and there, but for the most part, no matter how spiritually disrupted the people who are out in that alley might be, this has been a demonstration that when folks see something beautiful, their instinct isn't to destroy it, but it's to be uplifted by it. And it's at this point we're open, scheduled to be open 12 hours out of a week. We host a lot of field trips and other things at other days during the week. Starting in June, Jay from Hayes Valley Farm is going to be doing his Friday programming here, so that's going to add an extra day. Our goal is to really increase the accessibility and people's ability to participate in this site and make it part of their daily urban life. It's been very heartening to see. So just keep on trucking on, keep on building ecosystem. There's our hummingbird friend has just come down and decided to join us, and we've got room for more art as life is invited to be here. So,
Nice.
thanks for coming, Willie.
All right. Thanks for having us.